And these are going to be the interesting things. Let me see if I can set... Let me move some stuff and see if I can find a place to move that farther back. I don't know what I'm talking. I can just move it. Nobody will know it. And this is where it's going to get interesting. Because the problem is that I think I showed on an earlier video, and as soon as I get it uncovered I'll bring you back in and take a look. They actually did something different with the actual hinge joints on how they connect. On this one that broke in the other one. The other one used almost like a plastic, and these got changed over to some spruce. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do on this, because I really don't think that the spruce itself, because it's broken, is really what you want on this. So I'm going to have to figure that one out. I'm wondering if it might be better off just making them a little bit bigger out of some ply, laminating some couple pieces of probably a couple pieces of 16th, or excuse me, a couple pieces of 1/8, laminate it, drill through it, and then put a brass bushing in to pivot on. I think that'll be much better than, because the problem with spruce, although it's a really good wood, if you drill a hole through it and you get a little bit of torsion on it, you can still crack it. Where the plywood itself will be much stronger because it's plywood. So you can already see the repairs on this wingtip that I'm going to have to do. And this piece here, let's see how well I can get you on this real quick. Probably going to be upside down, but it's alright. I don't think you'll mind. You won't get dizzy. You can see right here it's actually cracked and broken. This piece here was actually cut. It's a piece of ply on a piece of balsa. So I'll see what the other side looks like, but if that's what it's going to be, because these actual triangle pieces, the actual gussets, they're not very well done, and everything needs to be realigned, because you can see with the damage on this wingtip and how things were improperly or not nicely glued back together again. So alright, let me stand you back up. Let's see what we're going to come across. Alright, very strange. They actually use a pull-pull on the ailerons through rods. It's actually a rodded pull-pull system. I mean, I've got through the actual fuselage, it's got pull-pull cables for the actual rudder, but for the elevator, it's a pull-pull rod. Strange. Never seen this used like this before. I got to debate if I want to. I got to figure out how I want to do this. I may end up trying to rehinge them differently. I'm going to see what Robart's got for hinges, what I can possibly do with this. Because it is a strange design. Something that I've actually never used before. Let me bring it in real quick just for a peek. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Alright. Now what they've got here is you can see the way they actually used the spruce, but the spruce cracked. I'm going to have to try to figure this whole system out. And it cracked on this one too. This one's still solid, but you can see how loose it is. It's a really schlocky looking system to it. Here's the pull setup. You've got this one here on the bottom of the wing, or excuse me, the bottom of the aileron. And then you've got the one, you can see it through that slot. It actually comes through the middle. So you've got this one that comes through the wing. This one comes through the wing, actually comes up and then jumps into the aileron, hooks up right here. And then you've got the other one down here that goes, you can see right down here at the bottom, that goes underneath. Strange. I don't know exactly why you'd need that. I wish I had a set of plans for this so I can tell exactly what they were trying to do. Oh well, that's stuff for me to figure out. what it does have inside, look in, it's actually got a single small screw holding that in place. See if you can get it, there you go. A single small screw that holds it. So that's where you're getting that weird little flex from. And wow, and this, the one that's actually up inside the wing is actually epoxied in place. And it's sandwiched into a piece of balsa and epoxied in. So that's going to be, I've tried to figure out how to do that. There's a little bit of curve. There's a little, let's see if you can get the curve. You can see a little bit of a curve in there. Not a tremendously large amount, but enough that it's going to have to be addressed. It probably won't be bad. I'll use the old hot water and ammonia spray treatment, get it wet, flex it, over flex it in the opposite direction of the bend, let it sit overnight. That's when it dries, it pretty much springs about back into shape where it needs to be. So that's how I'll take care of that problem. So this wing is almost stripped down, and it's a lot of little stuff. The main concern though is the hinges. I may redesign the hookups for the actual struts. I don't know exactly what's inside here. There's got to be some kind of balsa or some kind of filler. The way they've got these sandwiched in, there's a bunch of corrosion down there. But I don't know if I want to use that, because this is the way they've got it hooked up. If I'm going to use those again, which I still can, when I put the actual strut in, I'll probably take some nylon bushing, cut it just to fill the gap, just so you don't have this back and forth slop. I mean, it's not going to really affect, but you know, I'm sitting here looking at the work that was done on these things, and I'm very, very highly debating using these struts again, because they're just not very well done. So, but like what they did there is, I mean, I kind of like what he had done at this aspect, where you've actually got an Allen bolt through it with it cross drilled, so you can make length adjustments on that. I do like that. If I was going to do anything else, I would use a, you know, I'll probably just go ahead and do that again. Just go ahead and set in an actual brass anchor and a brass, pretty much a, I forget what they call those things. They're threaded in, so drill it, crank it in there, screw it in, and then you've actually got a pretty much, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's kind of like a blind nut, a brass blind nut. That can, I've got some here, but they can actually just go ahead and get set inside, epoxied, and then I can actually do that, so I can actually use it for adjustment as well. So I think that'll be the that'll probably be the best bet, what to do with that. So anyway, this is torn apart. I've just got to figure out what to do with these. Because you can see what he did. You can tell how long these things were sitting in here for too. So it looks like because the crash itself, because I don't know, I'll find out, but I don't know if Charlie actually built this plane or if he bought it, because I saw some of his other planes that he built and they were much nicer builds than this. So anyway, I'll just I'll strip the other wing down, and unless something exciting pops up, you really don't need to see that, because that's, I don't know. I just don't think you're going to want to see it. So anyway, unless something pops up, I'm hoping I don't see all this cross bracing in here, because that's just kind of crazy. It's not needed. This piece here, you could tell he actually glued in after the crash, because in this too, this piece was put in, and I think this piece, because the actual covering is glued behind it. So something strange happened here. but you can see the angle, the actual. So this all needs to come out. This all needs to come out. It'll get rebuilt. I'll get the proper. I'll make measurements off the other side because I think the other side looks straight. But I can guarantee you, and you'll probably agree, it's not supposed to look like that.